tensions are high in the Middle East as Israel and Iran exchange missile fire. The UN Security Council has now had an emergency session with fears escalating of a broader regional war. Now, in the last few hours, extraordinary developments. Listen to this. As you can see and hear there, the situation has deteriorated further, with Israel launching strikes on Iran for a second night now, and Iran then retaliating with their own wide-ranging missile strikes on Israel. Earlier this week, the UN nuclear watchdog found Iran to be in breach of its non-proliferation obligations for the first time in 20 years.
Well, Israel launched its first strikes on Iran on Thursday night into Friday morning. Tehran confirmed those strikes killed top military officials and nuclear scientists, with the Iranian death toll reported to be at least 78, with hundreds more injured. The Iranian supreme leader promised swift retribution on Israel, with Iran launching their own attacks, initially firing more than 100 drones, but then launched missile attacks, injuring dozens of people in Israel. The U.S. ambassador to the UN has urged Iran to return to the negotiating table over the de-escalation of the situation, while the UK representative has called on all sides to stop hostilities.
We are deeply concerned by Israel's strikes on sites in Iran, as well as the Iranian military action we've already seen in response. There is a clear risk that this crisis escalates, with serious implications for peace and security across the region and beyond. This is in no one's interests.
Certainly a developing a very volatile situation. So let's take you to Tel Aviv now, where Middle East correspondent Eric Torchek has actually himself been sheltering from the strikes. He's in the missile-hit township of Ramat Gan in Tel Aviv.
There's been multiple waves of ballistic missiles, some of which have landed here in Tel Aviv, Israel's most densely populated area. And you can see the damage. This residential building partially destroyed by the missile. The buildings around it very badly damaged. We've been told that one person died here and at least 20 others were injured. The final toll of casualties is still being calculated, but we don't know, and the police aren't saying exactly how many sites were hit, and that could include military sites around the country. The Iranian government says it's been targeting military sites, but we know a number of residential buildings like this have also been damaged. The police have said that's what occurred. This could just also be the start of Iran's retaliation. We don't yet know how many more ballistic missiles Iran is going to be able to launch, whether it's got more explosive drones that it's able to launch. The Israeli Air Force has been trying to disable Iran's offensive capabilities. It said that it destroyed an Air Force base in Iran. It's also been targeting ballistic missile launches. What it wants to do is stop impacts like this, because that was Iran's biggest threat, and one of the biggest reasons that Israel had been hesitant to attack Iran in the past. It didn't want to face a massive wave of ballistic missiles of the type it's seen tonight. Iran has been promising a severe response. In previous rounds between Israel and Iran, the Iranians fired waves of ballistic missiles. The first was able to be intercepted with coordination from Israel's allies. The second, a number were able to penetrate Israel's defences and hit an Air Force base and other military sites. This one looks to be more extensive. It's a bigger wave, more successive waves of missiles, and potentially far more damage.